In my lab, we are interested in understanding how cells measure time. So we know that cells, they have mini clocks inside, and they use the clocks to synchronize very many of the processes inside the cell with environment. So we are interested in how the cell knows what time of the day is and how it connects time of the day with the function that they need to do in the cell.
My lab is particularly interested in human performance in complex settings. So we do things like examine stress or examine team performance or leadership. And we're particularly interested in how that works within the dynamic domain of healthcare.
My research interests all surround trying to help develop therapies for children who have neuromotor impairments. I focus specifically on intensive therapies and trying to develop more therapies that can help children maximize their development.
I'm really interested in how diet and the brain interact. So how do we navigate our modern food environment and make choices about what we're going to eat? And then how do the post-ingestive consequences of those choices change our brains and maybe bias us to make different decisions later?
My research is really focused on the mother-infant dyad and how moms influence brain development in their babies through how they take care of their babies, meaning how they feed them, how they care for them, as well as how things like environmental exposures and community structure, all of those kinds of social determinants of health, how those impact that relationship.
So my lab studies the molecular basis of memory storage in the brain. So we're really interested in understanding how genes in specific types of neurons are involved in regulating memory storage.
My lab studies a specific cell type in the brain called astrocytes. These astrocytes are really important for neuronal function, and we found that these astrocytes respond in very interesting ways to traumatic brain injury, and in particular a mild type of traumatic brain injury, concussion.
My research focuses on the neuroscience of how we make decisions among our social peers, or how we make decisions about one another, and then also how that breaks down in mental illnesses, including depression and substance dependence.
I'm trying to address the brain circuit mechanisms underlying the stress-induced behavioral dysfunction.